My really favorite teams are the two I play on. I play with my good friend Norm Magnuson at the Fort Rouge Curling Club, and I truly enjoy curling with him and our teammates there. And I play with my son Michael and some of his buddies weekly over at the Charleswood Club, and I truly enjoy the privilege of playing with them. And those young guys inspire me a lot to try a little harder when perhaps at an advanced stage you don't try quite as hard. So my favorite team is probably the one I'm playing on right now. The talent level in the province is remarkable. We see so much remarkable play, both in terms of the strategy and in terms of the ability to make those remarkable shots that it's a wonderful sport to watch. It's very important that those great curlers have the ability to hone their skills and demonstrate their skills. It's promotion for the sport of curling. The young person starting out in the sport of curling doesn't ever aspire to be an old guy playing when he's 67 or 70 years old. And yet, once they watch those elite curlers, they're drawn to the game. Eventually, those young people find their own level. Some of them will become elite curlers. Some of them will just become people who play the game. The level of competition is important, mainly in the context of the visibility and the promotion that it creates for the sport.
Highlights now from the Manitoba Senior Provincial Championships, which we had live here on Shaw TV. Our feature final was the men's game between Team Randy Neufeld from the LaSalle and Team Murray Warren from the Brandon Curling Club. The Neufeld team looking to win their third straight senior provincial title. After two blank ends to begin, Neufeld with a shot looks to be an easy hit for two, but it's going to over-curl and will completely miss, meaning a steal of one for Warren, 1-0 after three. Neufeld will respond in the fifth end, however. Watch this nice raise, and it will end up with 3 blue counting and a 3-1 Neufeld lead. Let's take it to the 8th end now. Neufeld leading 4-3, and Warren needs a draw for 1 to force an extra. Needs full 4-foot. And look at this great job by the sweepers. They bring it right in there, and the game is tied at 4, and we have an extra end. And in that extra end, an end well played by Team Warren, and that will leave Neufeld a very difficult shot to win with his final stone. Needs to hit and roll to the button, and he's going to roll too far. It means a steal of 2 and a provincial championship for Team Murray Warren. Meanwhile, on the women's side, Team Barb Spencer playing Team Terry Ursel in the final. Spencer had a 5-2 lead in this game, but Ursel picks up 3 in the 7th, and then in the 8th, Spencer forced to make a draw to the 4-foot for 1 and the provincial title, but she is going to end up light, and Team Ursel from the Lansdowne Arden Curling Club wins the women's provincial title. Let's hear what both skips had to say after their victories.
Here with our first winning skip, Terry Ursel from the Lansdowne Arden Curling Club. Terry, what a run to the final. You just had to get through a tiebreaker just to get into the playoffs, and you roll off 4 straight wins from there. What's the feeling, first of all, now that you're a provincial champion?
It feels amazing. Yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. It's our second year in the finals, and it was really good to win this one.
What was the strategy maybe in that final end? You were without the hammer. What were you trying to do in that end, and it obviously paid off?
Steal. Put up a guard, get one around there. Hope that they would jam one of our guards or something, and then get a chance to draw and make a tough shot to win, because you have to make it tough because she's going to make them.
Now that you think about it, what was maybe the key to this weekend that allowed you guys to come out on top in the end?
I don't know. I think we've curled together for a couple of years now, so that helps us a lot, and we get along really well. And I don't know. Just luck is good too. Sometimes it just is. We were hoping to get 2 in that 7th end, and we jammed on something, got 3, so that was just a real bonus too.
No question. Canadians in Fredericton, New Brunswick in a couple of weeks. What are your first thoughts about going to the national championships representing?
It's going to be so much fun. I'm just excited to go and represent our province and see what we can do.
Now, Murray, what's your initial thought? You're a Manitoba Provincial Senior Champion.
I don't know. Never figured that out.
You're getting a little emotional. You guys, you've mentioned it's been 40 plus years with your brothers. Over all the years of curling, what does this mean to you?
It's pretty nice, yeah. I don't know what else to say.
It's a very emotional time for you. You mentioned to me earlier you didn't think this was possible at the beginning of the week. Just sneaking into the playoffs would have been a victory for you guys. What do you think worked so well that allowed you to get to this moment?
I don't know. We just never give up, and things just kind of worked out. We were on the right side of the inch, so just the way it worked, I guess.
I'm going to ask you about Canadians coming up in a couple weeks in Fredericton. What are your first thoughts about going to Canadians, representing Manitoba to Canadian championships? I mean, how do you think you can fare there?
I don't know. Just do the best we can, and hopefully we can last, because I know it'll be a long week, and we're getting fairly old. So
Great stuff. Well, congrats once again, Team Murray Warren.
And that will do it for another episode of Hurry Hard, the Manitoba Curling Show here on Shaw TV. We want to thank our host club today, the Deer Lodge Curling Club, for letting us shoot here, and a special thanks to all our interviews as well. If you haven't caught our coverage of the Senior Provincial Championships, you can catch the women's semi, the men's final that we shot on our YouTube and Facebook pages. That's at Shaw TV Winnipeg. You can follow us on Twitter as well at Shaw TV Winnipeg, and full episodes of Hurry Hard you can watch on our YouTube page as well. So we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Hurry Hard.